Okay, welcome 267 subscribers. Today we are going to continue learning about how to solve trig equations. Today they're going to be a little bit more complicated solving. So there's going to be a bit more algebra. We're going to use some of the formulas that we learned back in Unit 3 trig, the double formulas and the Pythagorean theorem identity formulas to solve our equations. Last class we did a little factoring. The class before that, the very first lesson, we just did solving with two-step equations from Algebra 1 just so we could learn the process. Now that we know the process, we're going to make the algebra just a little bit more fun. All right, so I'm going to do, this worksheet is going to be attached. I'm going to do problem number 2 different ways because I want you to see that there are more than one, there's more than one way to solve some of these problems. I might solve it one way, you might solve it a different way. We're going to get the same answers, okay? So problem number 2. I've got a cosine squared minus a sine squared equals 1. So the way it is right now, I can't really solve it. So I go ahead and I look at my formulas, and one Pythagorean theorem identity formula I could use. And if I flip back a couple slides, I can show you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to substitute in for cosine squared 1 minus sine squared, because sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. Here's the formula. So I'm just going to choose to substitute in 1 minus sine squared for cosine squared. Is everybody okay with that? Yeah. Okay. It's an option. There's other options. There are other options. We're going for it. This is the Solving Trig Equations classwork worksheet. We're on number 2. Okay, here we go. Substitution. There's a 2 in front. And cosine squared, we're substituting in the quantity 1 minus sine squared. Our variable is x. And you know, I don't know if this is going to work, but I like it because now we just have sine squared. So let's see what happens. 2 minus 2 sine squared of x minus 2 sine squared of x equals 1. Forgot my headphones again. Things are happening. Yep. It's Winter Olympics Day today, you guys, for our dress up, and I have an Olympics jacket.
Oh, my national. Did you see someone dressed up as you yesterday?
What do you mean?
Someone dressed up as you.
What?
Yeah.
Someone dressed up as me?
Yeah, for Adults Day.
I need to see a picture. I wasn't here yesterday.
I knew it. They had like the heritage hat because they were adults. I think
No.
Yeah.
Who was it? Who was it?
I don't know, but I knew saw that you didn't get to see them.
No.
Okay.
Can someone get a picture?
100% you.
Can someone find out who it is?
I don't know how to figure that out. They'll probably tell you.
They probably will.
Yeah, they're probably in one of your classes.
Oh my gosh, I feel
spot on. It was good.
What else were they wearing?
They had a little hat and they had something like what you're wearing now, like a little zip up. And
yeah, like the quarter zip kind of style, and like the jeans.
And the jeans, and the Uggs, and they were probably walking around saying, "What do I normally say?"
Guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Subscribe to my YouTube. They had a sign?
No, they should have.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Like the bar or the QR code.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I'm so upset I didn't see it. All right, let's condense here. That's -4 sine squared x equals, I'm going to put that 2 on the other side and make it a -1. Divide both sides by -4. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Should I stop, or you go okay with that?
Yeah.
Now I divide both sides by -4. So I get the sine squared of x equals 1/4, taking the square root of both sides, and we can't forget our plus minus, we get sine of x equals, now that is, and we did this last class, this is like the square root of 1 over the square root of 4. Should I do this for you? I'm just going to do it.
The 2 root 1.
I'll erase it, but okay, so that's where the 1/2 comes in, but it's going to be plus or minus because of the square root. Everybody good with that? So those are small angles. Am I going too fast? Pretend like those are small angles. Okay. So pi over 6 is not the same distance away from 5 pi over 6 as it is from 7 pi over 6. 7 pi over 6 is exactly pi around. So I'm going to have to write these two solutions separately. I'm going to have to write pi over 6 plus 2 plus pi k to get to 7 pi over 6. And then I'm going to have to write 5 pi over 6 plus pi k to get to 11 pi over 6. I know that's complicated. That way we don't have to write out all 4 of them, because each of these solutions takes care of 2 of them. Is everybody okay with why this is pi k and not 2 pi k?
No.
Okay, so this is pi over 6. Plus 2 pi takes me all the way around to this location. I need it to also hit this location. That's pi away.
Oh, okay, wait, yeah.
So I'm going to go pi over 6 plus pi, hits that one, plus another pi, takes me back to pi over 6. Plus pi, plus pi, plus pi, plus pi, plus pi, plus pi. Okay, and then for this one, 5 pi over 6 plus pi hits 11 pi over 6 plus pi hits this one again, here, here. If they were all middle angles, it would be awesome, because then I'd only have to write one of them and they'd all be the same distance apart. And then I could write plus pi over 2k. That does happen sometimes. I mean, it's not wrong to list them all out and write plus 2 pi k. It's just redundant, and like a 2 trig teacher would mark that wrong, because you really, really need to know how to do this. And since we're asked to find the general form of the solutions, we're done. We don't have to list all the solutions. If we had to list the solutions, we would just list these as pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6, and be done. If that was the interval 0 to 2 pi. But it's asking for the general form of the solutions. So here are the answers. So I'm going to do this one other way. The other formula, if you notice cosine squared minus sine squared, trying to find the formula. Here we go. Cosine squared minus sine squared equals cosine of 2x. I can substitute in the cosine of 2x and then use u substitution, which we've learned. So we're going to try that method, and we should get the same answer. Same problem. Just trying to show you guys that there are different ways to solve equations, and it's not wrong. Sometimes there's one that's more efficient and faster. And there's a 2 in front of each of these cosine squared and sine squared. So if I factor out the 2, and then substitute, Then I'm going to let u equal 2x and rewrite this with a u. Cosine 2 cosine of u equals 1. Divide both sides by 2. Cosine of u equals 1/2. Where does cosine equal 1/2? X is positive. I'll stop right there for just a second. See if anyone has questions. Because we're not finished, because we have to substitute the 2x back in for the u. So, substitution, cosine of 2x using a formula. U substitution, we're going to let u equal 2x. So we're going to substitute in for this 2x a u. Then divide both sides by 2. Use the unit circle. Where's the cosine equal to 1/2? Cosine is the x distance. It's positive, so it's the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant. X is short distance. Since the x is the short distance, that means it's a tall angle. Tall angles have a denominator of a 3. I know, it's a lot. It's a lot of information that you have to know just to do one problem. So now, let's write these solutions with u. And then substitute the 2x back in. How am I doing? Almost finished. So we wrote the solutions using the unit circle. They are different distances apart, so I have to write them separately with the 2 pi k. The u reminds us that we have not finished because we still have to substitute back in the 2x for the u. Rewrite the general solutions, and now we have to isolate the x. And then we're done. Did I lose anybody? When you divide through by 2, you have to divide everything by 2. I can't believe someone dressed up like me yesterday and I didn't even get to see it. I'm so bummed. When I dress up like people, I just walk around and start saying things that they say. Like several years ago, I dressed up like Mr. Smart, and I had a hat on backwards. I had my Battle of the Badges t-shirt on and jeans, and I had a megaphone, and I was walking around like yelling at people, and I was like, "Where are you supposed to be? Get to class, get to class."
Wait, who's Mr. Smart?
Mr. Smart was the security officer. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. I was cracking up the whole day. I was just yelling at kids. Where are you supposed to be? Everyone's like, are you Mr. Smart? I'm like, yes, I am. Yes. All right, divide through by 2. Yeah, I'm dressed up like a lot of people. All right, so x equals pi over 6 plus pi k. And x equals 5 pi over 6 plus pi k. Questions on that? That's just dividing by 2. But you have to divide the pi over 3 by 2 and also the 2 pi k by 2. And that's it. And notice they're the same. We did this problem 2 different ways. And we're good. Anybody? Anybody want to do shout out for Mr. Heritage? Anyone want a cameo? Yeah, you look so cute. You need to get it. You need to get it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, once again, all these people watching these videos. Mr. Heritage is now, is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
2 days from now. If you're going to come to one student council heritage / whatever event, come to Mr. Heritage. It's going to be
Highly recommend.
so funny. Hopefully. That's all I got.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't point at you.
It's so funny. Like the opening dance
Oh, it's
is
so
I
good.
like it's
so
gonna
good.
be yeah.
favorite competition ever.
The best. Did they move it to Wednesday?
No,
No, it's still Friday.
I thought you said Wednesday.
No, it is
Today is
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right,
she
right,
just-
right.
I have to reiterate.
Okay, that's all. Peace out. Thank you for watching Justin Bieber. We hope you learned something today. I still haven't received my tickets, just so you know. So if you sent them to me, I haven't received them yet.
You should comment on the video.
I should. I'll put a link to my email address for him to send them to me.